the finals of the 2015 Monster Army Recon Tour, presented by Mongoose, fueled by Hook It and the whole Hook It crew. Again, my name is Dan Hubbard. We got Ryan Gutler giving you the play-by-play of all the insane tricks. Ryan actually competed yesterday in pro, wound up doing a really entertaining, amazing run, and really a good time. Wanted him to transfer into the finals, but wound up just getting edged out.
All right, so because we turned the music down, I want to make you guys get loud. So let's drop our first rider. He rides for Colton, Epic, Ethica, Glorified, Iowa. Let's get behind the 22-year-old. This is Victor Salazar. All righty, here he goes. Victor's in on the box. Starting off with a tiny tuck no-hander, straight into a dip 360. And here we go. You guys are gonna get behind him. The louder you guys get, the crazier Victor's gonna get. And there's a dip 450. Oh my goodness, huge hang nothing out of Victor. Oh, and here he goes with some speed. Massive downside tail whip in front of the cameras. We got Kyle Carson in the house filming for Vital BMX. So if you want to see the highlights, get behind Vital BMX. And here's a
10
huge
seconds.
720 Bossman. Get behind Victor Salazar.
All right, that is time.
Hey, I guess Dan's gonna time it.
Wow, that was huge. All right, Victor just set the pace for all these other riders. Our next three riders will be Brian Fox, Colton Walker, and Kyle Baldock from the Gold Coast, Australia. Judges, thumbs up. And judges are ready to go. That means we're going to send the next rider, 20 years old, from Raleigh. Let's get behind Brian Fox. And Fox is going to start with a massive double backflip. Get behind Brian Fox. Wow. That is how you start a run. Keep it going, Brian. Don't stop now. Brian's starting his run with a huge double backflip. And here he is into the back section, just hitting that Recon war ride. Nice 360 downside tail whip into a huge flare. That's like a 10-foot mellow quarter into an opposite 360 tail whip. And you got 15 seconds left, Brian.
10 seconds left.
And here he goes. Watch this. Oh! Brian Fox going for a big 1080. You okay? Wow. Brian Fox was laying everything on the line. I think we know who wants to win this best trick. In that one run, we saw a double backflip and a 1080. Huge. That was unreal by Brian Fox. And we're going to move along. This is our young rider in this class. He is 18 years old. Yesterday, he rode in the open class, and he pushed all the way through to the pro qualifier, and he made it in 8th place. He rides for Haro Bikes, Deaf Family, Monster Army, Bell Helmets. Let's get behind Colton Walker. He's going to start on the ski jump, and there's a huge 360 in invert. Straight to a 360 double tail whip, just landing a little back wheel and manualing down. But he's not stopping, and there's an original 360 double downside tail whip, so showing you guys he can do it both ways. And here he comes at the big 8-foot quarter pipe. Another tail whip to late bar spin. Keep it going, Colton. Colton is only 18 years old, and he already has a stacked group of sponsors, and he shows you why with that massive flare whip.
10 seconds.
You got 10 seconds left, Colton. We got another 360 down whip to late bar spin. And what's he going to wrap up with right here? He's going to start on this hip. And there's a 450 double bar spin.
Time's
Give
up.
it up for Colton Walker. Full pull from start to finish. That was unreal. Thanks for that, Dan, and we're going to move along. You guys are in for a treat right now. We have the dirt jumping gold medalist from the X Games last weekend. Here is here, and he rides for Monster Unit, Total BMX, and JPP. Let's get behind the Gold Coast rider, Kyle Baldock. And Kyle's going to start off with a Canadian foot jam in on the spine, straight into a double downside tail whip. Look at the precision. Look at how he lands at the top of every quarter. And there's a 540 flare for you guys. Straight into a case. Nice little case to get it warmed up. And here we go with a tail whip 720. You guys are awfully quiet for a tail whip 720. Kyle is smashing it right now. Keep it going, Kyle. 360 down, just landing a little low. And you got 10 seconds left on the clock, Kyle. And he's going to pick it back up with a truck driver. And this is going to be time right here on the spine. And he's going to finish with another double tail whip.
That's time.
Straight into a truck driver. Give it up for the gold medalist, Kyle Baldock. But let's get behind this English rider. He rides for Mongoose. Monster, stay strong. Shout out to Stephen Murray. This is Ben Wallace. All right, Ben's going to start off with a 270 drop in. Look at the speed already that Ben's going to generate. And here he goes up the step up. Watch how high he goes. Huge tuck no-hander flip. That's what the judges are looking for. They're looking for height and style as well as the hard tricks. And Ben goes both ways. And there's a 360 look back, and that's actually his natural way. And here he goes with a couple of bar spins each way. That was an opposite bar spin and a regular. Yeah, knack foot plant. You guys are getting awfully quiet out here.
10 seconds.
You got 10 seconds left, Ben. And he's going to start wrapping it up right here. And this will be final trick. And he's going to do a double peg to 3 to fakie. Time. Give it up for Ben Wallace from England. Doing it for the Queen. This guy, he rides for Torque. He's one of the new young guns on the scene. He's only 23 years old, and he has some of the biggest tricks in all of BMX. We've seen 2 world's first out of this guy this year. So let's get behind him. He's riding for Total BMX, but he doesn't want anyone to know about it. So I just let the cat out of the bag. Let's get behind him. This is Nick Bruce. Get your cameras out now, because there's a flare drop in. Nick Bruce starting off with a really difficult flare drop in. And he's going to pick it up right here with some speed. There's a huge 360 backflip. Straight into an opposite bar spin. Showing you that he's got technical tricks as well as the big ones by doing that whiplash. Here he is on the blue box jump. Yeah, I like that. 360 tail whip to one-hand tail. Just going for that look back. And there's an underflip or a barrel roll. Or if you're a motocrosser, that was a 720 backflip. You got 10 seconds left on the clock. Oh my goodness!
10 seconds.
Nick Bruce just going down on a flare double tail whip. But he's tough as nails and he is up. Give it up for Nick Bruce. Let's get it, Andy. Get your cameras ready, because you never know what Andy's going to come up with. He's one of the most original guys out here. And here he goes. Starting off with a dip 360, straight into a 450. And he goes for a big old turn down. And here we go. We're into the back box jump section. This is what Andy loves. Big downside tail whip, straight into a double backflip. You guys just saw a double backflip. And he's not going to stop now. He's going to go back into the back with a huge front flip across the long and low. And he's going to keep it going. There's a 360 down whip. Just came up a little bit short. But I think right now he's going to go into the
10 seconds.
Section. And he's got 10 seconds. There's another 450 for you guys. And what's he going to wrap it up with right here? Huge flip whip to the top of the deck. And he is absolutely shattered. He could be on his own little drama TV show with that little act. All right. This is one of the crowd's favorites. And he knows absolutely how to light up a street course. If you want to get your cameras out right now. So let's get behind him. He is from Tucson, Arizona. He rides for Monster Energy, Vans, Mongoose, and Ethica. This is Kevin Peraza. And like I said, he's a crowd favorite, and he's about to show you why. He's going to light this course up. And there he is out of the top of the vert wall. Yeah, picture perfect 360 tabletop from Kevin. And look, he is tricking absolutely everything in front of him right now. Nose bonk bar spin. And here we go into the back section. Nice tail whip on the first box jump. 360 bar spin to late tail whip on the second. To flare tail whip alley-oop. Straight to a little knack-knack. And he's got 10 seconds left on this clock. What's he going to wrap it up with? If you guys make some noise, you're going to see some fireworks right here. Huge Indian right in front of the riders. Yeah!
That's time.
And that is time for Kevin Peraza. Wow, give it up for him. That is a run if I've ever seen one. That was banger after banger after banger. I don't think he left a ramp untouched. He rode every single ramp out here, and that's what the judges want to see. I want to give a shout out right now to my little mullet friend. If you look at the box jump, you'll see Brett Bennett Sandwich with his fishing pole. He's out here catching flatheads today. And really what he's trying to do is raise money for the Kitchen Skate Park. He has an amazing skate park in South Bend, Indiana. If you guys want to donate to Brett's cause, just go to thekitchen.com. It's called Save the Kitchen. We're all behind you, Brett. All right, now we're into the top two riders. These guys battled it out yesterday, back and forth. And coming in second place is the X Games gold medalist from last weekend. And he has the biggest sponsors in BMX. He rides for Red Bull, Total, and Vans BMX. Let's get behind him. This is 20 years old, Daniel Sandoval. And he is about to light it up right here. Look at the speed out of Daniel Sandoval. Oh my goodness. Look how small and precision all these landings are. He is landing at the top of every single tranny so far, and that is a 360 tail whip to downside tail whip. No one in this class has done that yet, and now he goes into the back section. This is where he really lights it up. There's a 360 downside, which to me is the easiest trick probably for this guy. Ooh, a slight little bobble. I don't know if you guys caught that, but I think a tail whip was meant to come out of that truck.
5 seconds.
And you got 5 on the clock with a 180 bar spin. Straight into a front flip flare. Nearly gets decapitated by his bike. Wow. Give it up for Daniel Sandoval going for a flip flare at the end of his run. He rides for Rockstar Energy, Hyper Bikes, Snafu Parts, and Jet Pilot. Let's get behind the 21-year-old. This is your first place qualifier, and he just started off with a flare drop in. Straight into his down whip, into an opposite down whip, showing you he goes every which way. There's a huge flare down whip, and he's not going to slow down now. Get out of the way, Brett, with your fishing pole. Huge backflip tail whip. And here we go, we're about to light up this course. 360 double down whip. Straight into this box jump with a corked out 720. Straight into an underflip. Ooh, just slipping the pedals. Judges are not gonna like that out of Logan. Here we go with a huge front flip over the long and low. Taking a little chapter out of Buckworth's book. Nice triple tail whip and just going down.
5 seconds.
And that is time right there. Logan Martin might have just cracked under the pressure. You don't see that much. We're about to start the second round, and this is the last run. So I actually think that the top two riders actually made a couple of mistakes and bobbles. So this is open. One. Going to get it started right now. 22 years old from Huntington Beach, California. He rides for Colony, Epic, Glorified Eyewear. Let's get behind Victor Peraza. I said Victor Peraza, I'm sorry. There's too many Perazas in the house. I meant Victor Salazar. Hey, I'm really sorry, Victor.
I think you did that on purpose, man.
No, I really didn't. I really didn't. All right, Salazar. Get some, mate. Do it for Max Fu. All right, Victor is in. Starting off with a transfer tuck no-hander. Going for that another transfer. He makes very good use of the course. He doesn't hit anything straight. Right now he's showing the technical side. Going for a dip 450 on this hip. There's that hang nothing. He pulled that again. That's a hard trick. I bet if I made all the riders do it, half of them wouldn't get that one. Huge downside tail whip. Straight into a truck driver. Yeah, huge blind hip. And you got 15 seconds left. This is where he went down, so get behind him.
10 seconds.
Yeah! Victor Salazar putting it together now. And you got 5 seconds, Victor. 5 seconds.
That's it.
And this is going to be it right here with a huge backflip tail whip. And that's a full pull from Victor Salazar. All right. We saw some huge stuff out of this rider. We saw a double backflip and he went for a 1080 at the very end of his run. So if he can put it together, we're going to see fireworks. So let's get behind him. He rides for Monster Army, Legit Crown, Dead Bent, and Hurricane. He's from Raleigh, North Carolina. This is Brian Fox. Get it, Brian. 1, 2. There's a perfect double backflip. He just adjusts his helmet a little Gary Young inspired, and he's going to keep it going. Come on, Fox. We've had a couple of dead walls, but he's going to make up for it right here in the back section. 360 downside, straight to the pedals. Nice big flare. And there's a regular 360 tail whip, or opposite. Brian Fox goes every which way.
10 seconds.
10 seconds on the clock. Get it, Brian, get it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Oh! And that's time for Brian Fox. Give it up for him. He's got a massive smile on his face right now. Wow, and he's not going to stop even though the judges have already tallied up his score. He is pumped. First two riders have not made a mistake in these second groups. So that means if you've put together a good run, there is no holding back now. And that's what we're going to do with this next youngster. He is 18 years old from New Richmond, and he's already got some big sponsors. He rides for Haro Bikes, Deaf Family, Monster Army, and Bell Helmets. Let's get behind the youngster. This is Colton Walker. And he's going to start on the ski jump. Yeah, huge bar spin to bar spin backflip. He went for a 360 bar spin to tail whip to late bar. Just didn't have enough time to ride away. Give it up for Colton Walker. Laying it on the line for you guys. This next guy, he came over from Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia just a few years ago, and he absolutely lit the contest scene up on fire. He rides for Unit, Total BMX, and JPP, which is a car racing import club. He's an absolute shredder. Let's get behind Kyle Baldock. Come on, Kyle. Here we go. Yeah, huge flare drop in. I don't know how hard you guys think that is, but in my eyes, it's almost impossible. They're riding a 25-pound bike over his head. And here we go with a flare, flip bar spin to front flip fly out. Kyle is smashing it right now. He's going to keep it in the back section with a truck driver over the long and low into a transfer front flip flare. Kyle is killing it. Just going down. What's the time, bro? What's the time?
10 seconds.
You got 10 seconds left, Kyle. And he's going to take it to the streets. 5 seconds if you want anything. And I think he's just going to wave off this run.
That's time.
Yeah, Indian giver for good measure. This next guy is 28 years old from England. He rides for Mongoose, Monster, and Stay Strong. Shout out to Stephen Murray. He's at home watching this on the live web feed. This is your boy. This is Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace goes higher than most riders, and he goes every which way and spins the bike any way he wants. And here we go on this step up. Massive backflip tuck no hander at less 10 feet in the air. Huge 360 downside tail whip. Massive 1 foot invert for the style points. And there's a look back 360. Nice bar spin one way, swinging the bars the other way. And here he goes into the wall ride to turn down. Wow! You don't see many guys using these wall rides, but Ben's making good use of them all. And you got 10 seconds left, Ben. 10 seconds. Huge flare. 5 seconds remaining, mate. Time for one last trick. And he's going to finish it with a wall ride to 360 to Indian giver. Peraza.
That's time.
This next guy, he fight in 4th place, so he is just outside the podium, and I know he wants on top of it. He is 25 years old from Lake Haven, Australia. He rides for Monster, Vans, Jet Pilot, and Burn Helmets. Let's make some noise for Andy Buckworth. He needs to hear you right now. Let's go, Andy. Andy's got some big original tricks, and here we go. Starting with a 360, straight into a 450. Nice turn down to get going. Double tail whip. And here we go with the speed. 1, 2. Massive double backflip on one of the smallest jumps here. Oh, he just missed his flare on that one, but he's going to make up for it right here with a massive front flip in the back section. It is a huge gnarly fronty. And there's a 360 double downside tail whip. Just slipping his foot. But here we come towards the judges. You got 10 seconds left, Andy. 10 seconds. Time to pedal. 5 seconds remaining. What's he going to finish with? Huge flip over it. And this is time right here.
That counted.
Andy Buckworth. That's all going to count for the judges.
Yep, that no-handed flare, judges, was in time.
And now we're on to the top 3 qualifiers. They've already started making some noise. Let's get behind the Peraza family. This guy is from Tucson, Arizona. He rides for Monster Energy, Vans, Mongoose, and Ethica. This is Kevin Peraza. Kevin Peraza knows how to put on an exciting run. He has a big ball of energy. And here we go. Huge 360 uninvert. Switching it up from his first run. There's that nose bonk 360. You'll notice Kevin tricks everything you put in front of him. He will not trick nothing. Big tail whip to go into the back box jumps. Wow, huge slow truck driver to tail whip. Straight to a flare whip. He's coming back with a tuck. He has still tricked everything. You got 10 seconds left. We got Victor Peraza as the scorer, as the timer.
5 seconds.
5 seconds, just slipping his pedals. I know he's going to make up for it right here. Downside ice, and this is time for Kevin Peraza. Hey, Kevin, can I request a nose wheelie, please? Can I request a nose wheelie, please, Kevin? Hey, guys, get your video cameras for this one. This is my favorite trick Kevin does. Yo! Every time. We've got 2 riders remaining, and they're the 2 big names in BMX. This guy just came off an X Games gold medal. He made a small mistake in his first run, so he's going to want to make for it if he wants the top spot. So let's make some crazy noise for this Red Bull Total and Vans rider. He's 20 years old. This is Daniel Sandoval. And here we go. Daniel's about to make some speed. Huge tail whip to tuck the hander. Yeah, judges are making really big notes of this. And here we go on the box jump. Wow, 360 tail whip back. Daniel Sandoval is on fire. He needs to hear you guys. Here we go to the back boxes. 360 down whip to tail. 360 down whip to bar. Down whip, tail whip to bar. Now to 360 bar spin to tail whip. A lot of tail whips, a lot of bar spins, but he did do them every which way that's possible. 5 seconds remaining, Daniel. 5 seconds. And this is final trick right here.
Time.
And that's time for Daniel Sandoval. Wow. Full pull from start to finish. This next rider, he had a small mistake in, well, he slid out and he had a few mistakes in that first run. So all the pressure is on him right now. And he just watched Daniel Sandoval light it up. So there's a lot of pressure for this guy. But if anyone can handle it, it's Logan Martin. So let's get behind this 21-year-old from Brisbane, Australia. This is Logan Martin. He's your #1 qualifier for a reason. And there's a tail whip one way, straight to a tail whip the other way, to a flare down whip. And here we go towards the box jump. Let's go, Logan. Logan Martin on the ski jump. Backflip tail whip. Going towards the back section. 360 double down whip. Coming at the next box jump. 360 triple tail whip. That was 1, 2, 3 tail whips in that one. And he's going to keep it going on this long and low. Huge front flip landing picture perfect at the top. And you got just under 10 seconds, Logan. And this is 5. And this is going to be time right here for Logan Martin on an alley-oop flare.
In third place, it is none other than, who do we have? Kevin Peraza! Kevin, where you at? Come on down, representing for Premises Park in Arizona. Is he here somewhere? $1,000 to Kevin Peraza. He's won numerous contests, including Simple Session at Estonia. Awesome job, my man. Well done doing it for Mongoose. You ready for the Mongoose Jam?
Yes.
How much fun did you have at Recon Tour?
Man, I had tons of fun. I love San Diego, even though the day's a little gloomy, but we out here.
Even better, man. It takes the sun out of the play, and it's not as hot. Awesome job by Kevin Peraza. Second place coming up. Get this going. The drones are coming. The drones are coming, man. Crazy. All right. Second place, Daniel Sandoval. Mr. Sandoval coming off an X Games gold medal. Isn't that right? Last week, gold medal. Today, second place. All about fun, all about supporting a good cause.
Oh, yeah, it's a good turnout. Everyone came up, and everyone killed it.
You killed it too, man. Well done. Great job by Daniel Sandoval, which brings us to another X Games gold medalist and the winner of the Pro Monster Army Recon Tour presented by Mongoose, Kyle Baldock. Come on down. Just last week in Austin, Texas, X Games gold medalist in dirt. He battled his way to a gold, and yesterday he battled his way to a first place. That is for you, my man. As always, amazing job. How much fun are you having out here today?
Oh, this is the best contest I've ever been to. The crowd, the atmosphere, I love it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Give it up for our top 3 for the 2015 Monster Army Recon Tour presented by Mongoose.